Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 243-3937 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done for just $90. But members get 10% off. The Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program. Saving eyes, saving lives.
Let's go! Gem of the Caribbean Sea. One nothing with me. I am a Bajan. I'm a Bajan. Yeah.
Do not go anywhere, cause it's time for the Maria Holder Diabetes Radio Show. Heard every Saturday like round now at 9 o'clock on VOB 92.9 FM, 15 sugar-free minutes with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program in partnership with the Barbados Community Foundation and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Morning, Larry Mears, and welcome to all the listeners who are tuned in listening to Larry Mears Show this morning. This is Peter the Voice, and we are starting with Rupee. I Am a Bajan song that encompasses how are we Bajans feeling this month. Proud of all of our development and our achievements throughout the years. And one of those developments is the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren St. Michael, that spectacular pretty building behind Morris Gibson Polyclinic. That is where you can find the Barbados Diabetic Foundation. Barbados became independent in 1966, everybody knows that, but the Barbados Diabetes Foundation was formed in 2001, providing a place where you can get all the services a diabetic needs in one location.
So everything a diabetic needs, you can get this one place? Cheese, don't break.
For both diabetics and pre-diabetics, there's diabetes specialists, nurses and doctors, nutritionists and psychologists, all in one location, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. What is also special about November is it's Diabetes Month. And we want to thank everyone who celebrated World Diabetes Day on Monday the 14th of November, and all the people who came up to the fundraise and walk on Sunday the 13th and get all that exercise. The Diabetes Foundation thanks you for your support. And like I said, it's Diabetes Month and the celebrations continue. So I got a question to ask you. You doing something this evening? Like if you had plans, you should cancel them, because it's about your health, and your health is more important. Alright, don't get tired. All the people listening to VOB, you are all invited to attend this live webinar this evening, Saturday, November the 19th at 5 p.m. We're visiting patient advocate Mr. Tony Kelly, who works with the UK National Health Service, reflects on how you can take charge of your life, diet and lifestyle to complement your health. And you know your health is very important. Tony has had type 2 diabetes control for over 17 years, controlled without the need for pharmacological intervention. You hear that big word? Pharmacological. I had to go and Google it. It means that Tony has been able to control his diabetes without using medication or drugs. So you need to log on to this lecture. Go to the Barbados Diabetes Foundation Facebook or Instagram page so you can get the code and join this meeting. You can attend this meeting while sitting in the comfort of your own home, drinking a sugar-free drink, while listening to the lecture on your computer, iPad, or smartphone. So this is the smart thing to do. Make sure you tune in this Saturday evening at 5 o'clock on Zoom to hear Mr. Tony Kelly. But let me tell you what you're going to do. We're going to give you a little piece of Tony Kelly right now, just to whet your appetite. This is Tony Kelly speaking on the impact of diabetes.
I think I'll take that a stage back to say, letting the viewers know I've had this condition, this medical condition, because I refer to it as a medical condition, Peter. Some people in some parts of the world say it's a disease, non-communicable disease, NCD, or an acute disease. Now, I was told in all of my training here in Britain, refer to it as a medical condition. So, you ask about looking about diabetes care. I want the viewers to understand that I didn't just get diabetes like that. But in my case, it's hereditary. It runs in my family. So although I was born in Britain, I grew up in Jamaica. And Peter, I saw firsthand relatives of mine, starting from the top, who had strokes, who went blind, so had blindness, who had heart attacks. Some had renal, stroke, kidney failure, and ended up having to leave the country areas to go into the hospital in Kingston to go on the dialysis machine. Some had lower limb amputations. We in the Caribbean would say chopping off of toes and feet. And then finally, some sadly died prematurely, or what we would say gone too soon at an early age from the complications from diabetes. So that's my introduction to it, Peter. Having grown up in Jamaica, born here but grew up in Jamaica, and asking these relatives of mine, what is the matter with them? Me, a little 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old boy, being very inquisitive, very nosy, and I was told, oh, they have a touch of sugar. They minimized and trivialized this medical condition by referring to it, downplaying it, and calling it a touch of sugar. So I never knew the word diabetes when I was growing up, back in the 60s in Jamaica. And eventually, fast forward, I came back to Britain, the land of my birth, in 1979, and then I got the understanding that this touch of sugar thing, which is a Caribbean and an African and an Asian thing, is diabetes they're talking about. Oh, sugar is in my blood. It's sugar and diabetes. And if we're talking about care, mine was diagnosed 18 years ago. As I said, it runs in the family. It's hereditary. So I had the choice to make. Do I make the lifestyle changes, what we call the behavioral changes, or do I keep leading the same lifestyle and ending up with all these complications? So the starting point for your listeners is, if you have diabetes or if you're at risk from developing it, you have to make the changes.
So that is just a little piece of Mr. Tony Kelly. And if you want to hear more about changing your lifestyle, log on to the Zoom lecture this evening at 5 p.m. Go to the Barbados Diabetes Foundation Facebook or Instagram page to get that sign-in code so you can join the Zoom meeting. You can't afford to miss this. There's Alfonso here. As we celebrated with 56 years of independence, getting on like we met ourselves. At least I get on like I met myself, I know about you. But upon this show, we celebrating traditional Bajan foods. And the Bajan food I like real bad is cocoa. When the little woman stir a piece of cocoa and give me with some flying fish on top, always be set. In fact, anybody out there that looking to get married, make sure the woman can stir cocoa first here. Do I tell you? But I digress. The question I have for Miss Victoria Cox, dietitian with the Diabetes Center, is if I was a diabetic and I like cocoa, can I still continue to eat it?
Another Bajan delicacy, cocoa and saltfish or flying fish. As far as how these dishes kind of go with having or living with diabetes, in this instance, the cocoa is going to be the starch or the carbohydrate. So whether it's cornmeal cocoa or if you kind of veer off and do something like breadfruit cocoa, either way, that is going to be a carbohydrate or a starch that digests into sugar and essentially will have an effect on blood sugar levels. So with this meal, I would say the most important thing is kind of portion control and balancing off with veg, because obviously what I've noticed is that a lot of times when people have, cocoa and saltfish or some kind of fish, the cocoa tends to be very much the main attraction, taking up almost majority of the plate, and then maybe there's some fish or fish gravy on top, and then if we're lucky you might have a few pieces of cucumber on the side. So here we want to shift the proportions and take a notably smaller portion of cocoa, have your fish there, and then definitely we want to increase the veg or tossed salad or something like that to go along with the meal, add some fiber and help with the reduction in terms of the portion of starch.
Thank you, Miss Victoria Cox. You hear what the dietitian woman say, right? You don't have to start eating cocoa, but you need to eat smaller portions of it. So endorse the cocoa, put it back in the pot, and take out a smaller portion. Which brings me to our song of the day. This is the late DaCosta Allenby, saying a Bajan classic, like me. Endorse the cocoa. Compliments the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Endorse the cocoa and put it back in the pot. Let me hear your song.
Well, my girlfriend crazy said, look what she do. She gave me my children a standing ball of cocoa, extending the little bones. This thing is unfair. I am the working man and I must have the lion's share. Endorse the cuckoo and get it back in the pot. Them children don't walk no way. and I ain't talking around. Endorse the cuckoo, give me a bigger share. I want you to understand that I am the boss in here.
Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 243 Eyes 243-3937 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done.
It's unfair. Got to do some talking now, for I am the king in here. Endorse the cuckoos and get them back in the park. Them children don't work no place, and I ain't standing for that. Endorse the cuckoo and give me a bigger share. I want you to understand that I am the boss in here. Now I'll give my order, she talking my name. When a poor man starving hungry, he don't know no shame. Feed my little children well, but don't get me blue. When I reach home, let me find my lion's share of blue. Endorse the cuckoo and get it back in the park. Them children don't walk no way, and I ain't standing for that. Endorse the cuckoo, give me a bigger share. I want you to understand that I am the boss in here.
Barb members, the Barbados Diabetic Foundation again invites you to get your eyes screened at the Barb office at Murview House, Hastings, now extended to every Wednesday in November Diabetes Month from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Barb special price is only $80. Call 243-3937 to book your screening now. These screenings will be done by the Maria Holder Diabetes Center health professionals. So Barb members, be at the Barb office next Wednesday at 10 a.m. to get your eyes screened for diabetic retinopathy. You can still get your eyes screened from Monday to Friday, excluding Wednesday, at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Again, call 243-3937 to make an appointment. You do not need a doctor's referral to get your eyes screened. Did you get your eyes screened for diabetic retinopathy yet? What you gonna do? Not go and then it's you're not going blind? Once you is a diabetic, you need to go and get your eyes screened every year. Here, another new service that I like at the Diabetes Center is this vascular screening. If you're a diabetic and you find that you like hurting you often, and you got what is called bad circulation, you might got something called PAD, peripheral arterial disease. So call and make an appointment for vascular screening at the Diabetes Center here. 243-3937. So if you want to know some more about this thing called PAD, listen to what Dr. Sayambo has to say about it. It's serious.
PAD is largely treated through lifestyle changes and medication. Exercising regularly and not smoking are the main lifestyle changes that can ease the symptoms of PAD and reduce the chances of it getting worse. It's also important, of course, to eat a healthy diet and lose weight if you're overweight or obese, to moderate your consumption of alcohol, and to treat the underlying causes, of course, meaning the high blood pressure, the high cholesterol, as well as the diabetes. And in some cases, medicines may be prescribed. In more severe cases, surgery may be used to improve blood flow to your legs. And with treatment, most people's symptoms remain stable, and some people may actually experience an improvement in their pain. Now, if treatment is unsuccessful, there's a risk of potentially serious complications, such as amputation. So please talk to your doctors today and schedule an appointment, if needed, at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center for your ABI, if you are at high risk and meet the indications.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren St. Michael, with their diabetic eye screening program, offers a standard of service that equals or surpasses any you might receive internationally. So if you are a diabetic or pre-diabetic and listening to your radio right now, you need to make an appointment and get your eyes screened by calling 243-3937 to make that appointment. In addition, there's now a new vascular service that is the centerpiece of a national campaign that will highlight the discovery of early circulatory problems in the limbs and extremities of at-risk persons. So if you are having vascular or circulation problems, call and make an appointment at 417-0305 or 243-3937. The last 15 minutes you heard on your radio show was brought to you of the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program in partnership with the Barbados Community Foundation and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Until next time, take care of your eyes.